Hi people! In today's video I'll be training, but I'll also be doing a lot of other chaotic stuff. So the plan was actually to do my first ever flat show in this video, but that didn't work out because there weren't any flats. And then I decided to join a wild role, but it was kind of boring, nothing was really happening. So I left, and then I decided to make it into a training video. So it's a training video now. And I'll be reading Reddit post questions that are Star Stable related, and I'll be answering them and maybe reading some responses that other people have written. That's actually not my idea. I got it from Sinfrar, who got it from Victorian Night Forest. So credit to both of those creators for the idea. A few other things I'd like to mention. I'm Dutch. English is not my first language, so I'm sorry if I mispronounce something or there's just a word I want to say but I don't know what the word is. I feel like I'm getting pretty good at English, but I'm not sure. I'm trying my best. And then another thing, I actually have two mic options. I have this mic that I'm speaking into right now. It doesn't catch any background noise, which is great, but it doesn't always catch my voice either. So when I speak a little too softly or I move away a little too far from the mic, then you won't be able to hear me. The other option is my phone. It will always record my voice, but it will also pick up on background noises. So I thought I'll just do part of this video with my phone and the other part with my mic, and then you guys can decide which is the nicest to listen to. So the first part's gonna be my phone, and then when I announce it, it's gonna be the mic. You can always, if you want to, scroll forward a little bit to find the actual training part because I will leave some of the other chaotic stuff in the video. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you later when I'm actually going to be training this horse. Today in this video I will be joining my very first flat show. I've never done one before. I'm Dutch and I'm on a Dutch server because I live in the Netherlands. I never really saw any flat shows going on or anything like that. And then I thought maybe it's just not a Dutch thing, not something that happens on Dutch servers. But apparently I was wrong. Around a month back, I was doing the invite a friend thing with a new account on a different server, and I did see some flat shows popping up in the global. It was also a very busy server, so maybe that's also why there's more flat shows. I actually haven't changed servers yet, so I'm still on the server that I'm always on, which is Hurricane Hill. And I'm going to go to Misty Mountain. And that's it, I think. This should be good flat attire. Now I just gotta switch servers. There's already so many people here. I'm just going to ask in the chat if anyone has a flat show that I can join. Bro, the system is literally preventing me from saying anything at all. There are a lot of messages in the chat. Also, something really stupid that happened while I was doing the invite a friend thing. I was actually on the alt account that I made for the invite a friend on this server, and I saw the flat and I was like, whoa, there's a flat. This is gonna be a once in a lifetime opportunity because there's never flats on the Dutch servers. And then I asked, could I please switch from accounts and come back on my other account? And I didn't realize that I was on a different server on my other account. So I logged off, logged back in on this account, and then I went there in the Winter Village because that's where the flat was gonna be. So it took me very long to realize that I was on a different server. I'm going to ask again. More people asking for RP. This is such a busy server. Wow. There are so many messages popping up right now. Even more people asking for RP. Whoa. A wild of 1 hour. I kind of want to join like a wild now. Maybe I should just go. Yes, I'm getting invited into the group. I'm gonna do my introduction thingy. This is Caramel and Mare and she's shy. Actually, I think I'm just going to switch to my different mic. Okay, I'm back. Oh, someone's got to go offline. Oh, someone else is also gone. What happened? So is that Tao? stallion, confident, charming, and moves beautifully. And then this person's Brit, 1 to 4 years old, sweet and trustworthy. Someone just left the group. They just disappeared. I'm just gonna say I gotta go. I'm gonna train now, I guess. So I am going to train Nelly. Is anyone catching on to the theme of my horse's names already? So we have Nelly, that's Tao, and this is Mr. Farouk, and that right there, I think, is James, but I'm gonna have to check that. Yes, that's James. I wonder, would people know what I'm talking about when I say those names? And now I'm going to try and read Reddit posts while I'm training. What character slash place slash questline do you wish SSO would revisit? Like the GED tunnels under Jorvik? Steve actually once mentioned that the GED might be like digging tunnels under Jorvik, and I wish they would do something with that. Because there are so many theories about that, also with the fridge stores, and I would just love for them to do something with that. Okay, I'm just going to try and read also some answers. Oh, someone said Dino Valley, there's so much potential. True, but they would have to update it first, I feel like. It's so crusty. Also, the Coulters. I was never around when the Coulters were, but I've heard only good things about the Coulters reputation quests. I just really wish that I would be like 10 years older than I am, and that I would have started playing SSO from the first day it launched, and I would have experienced every single course and item and event and quest, all the areas and graphics, because there are so many things that I didn't get to experience. And then someone else, I'm currently replaying the game after 7 or 8 years, so there are a lot of characters slash quest lines I've straight up forgotten about. Jack is such a reckless, lazy idiot, and I love him for it. I'd love to have more quests with him. True, but he already does have, I feel like, a lot. Like, he has the entire quest line with finding a new councilman, and then also with the weird water bridge thingy around the Forgotten Field. He kind of annoys me, honestly, but I do understand why I would like him for him being an idiot. And the next one, the Jorvik City ones. I get the plaza and all that are bugged for dear life now, but still. I do get that. Like, there's, for as far as I know, barely any daily quests, also no reputation or anything like that. And with the global store, we also don't really have any reason to visit, to go shop or something. So, yeah, I think it would be great to have something in Jorvik City. Also, like having apartments there, that'd also be very cool. Okay, next one. Things you want in game. I'm gonna have to think about that for a little bit. The show jumping thing, like, I don't know, I think a few years back they had that new show jumping mechanism. That was actually really cool. I'd like to see more of that. And more dressage too, because right now I think we have 3 dressage things in 2 different places. I think it'd be fun to have more of that. Also, obviously, more storyline quests, more like main quests. I mean, that'd be fun. Also, more longer quests. Getting like a small quest to do for like maybe 20 minutes in one Wednesday update day. That's cool, but having some longer ones as well would also be nicer to have more things to do. Also, more lore. It'd be amazing to just learn more about Jorvik and why it is the way it is, and all the dark things behind it. Pine Hill Mansion would be cool. In one blog post, they did hint towards a mansion on a hill. I don't know, and some people said that that's probably Pine Hill Mansion. That'd be very cool to have Pine Hill Mansion in the game. I'm gonna read some responses now. Search option for storage. Yeah, like we can search now in the storage, and that's nice, but I also don't always know what they're called, and it's not very easy to kind of see because they make the things that don't match your description a little less colorful or something. They have like a white filter over it, but it's not very obvious. And when you have a page where you only have those white things, it's kind of hard to see if it's all white or if it's all normal because it all matches your description. So I feel like they could do a better job at that. But it's great that we do have it already. And then ability to see the horses I own outside of my stable. Like to see them in pasture or the Yorkshire shilling cap raised or removed. I do get that because it is quite annoying to just be, I don't know, questing or something, and then all of a sudden get the notification that you've reached the limit, and then you don't want to continue doing things and miss out on the Yorkshire shillings, but you also don't really feel like searching for an item that you want. You know, it'd just be nice to have the Yorkshire shilling cap raised or removed, obviously, but I don't think that's gonna happen because you'd be able to save up for limited time events. Then you would be able to just buy everything at the event instead of having to use star coins or something. I don't know, I think Sir Stable makes a lot of profit on that, on being forced to buy stuff with star coins and then people having to buy star coins. So I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would be great. You can, however, save up with light. I actually do that, and then I just generally always save up for buying stuff. It's nice to be able to just buy everything I want at an event without feeling guilty about spending star coins. Okay, next one. What is the weirdest slash creepiest interaction you've had? I don't really know. I have this one message that I got like an email from this random person. It's like a club message, so apparently this person was in my club back then. And it just says, without any spaces in between, "Hi, I like you." It's so random, I never deleted it. I have actually, in a random RP with my friend, we were kind of joking around, and then one person like rode home because they didn't have breakfast, and then they ate cheese and they gave their horse cheese. And I remember that I was very good at like catching things with a rope, and then I caught a bird or something. What did I catch? I actually caught a flower, and then I put that flower in my hair, I think. That's all I remember from that roleplay. That was also weird, kind of strange, but fun. Okay, next one. What quest slash questline were you afraid to do? I don't think I was afraid to do anything, but I do have another good story that explains why I didn't do a specific questline for a very long time. So I actually started playing Star Stable around 4 years ago, and then I played for a bit as a non-star rider. I'd kind of completed almost all the quests. The only one I did not finish was the one with the pony race. The quest where there was a pony race, and then you had to deliver the jumps or something. And then you had to do the race, and you could do it for once with your starter horse without having a pony. And then I tried to do it, but I was such a noob and I just wasn't able to do it. And I constantly would just crash and I would fail the race. And I got so frustrated that I just stopped trying and I just never finished the race. And then after the break I took, because like I took a Star Stable break of about a year, did that race and I did succeed. And then I found out that it still had a lot of quests behind it. Because then you'd find out that some of the jumps were broken, and then you'd have to confront James and get new jumps and stuff like that. But I never did that because I was never able to actually do the race to the point where the jumps broke. So yeah, that's one quest I didn't do for a very long time. Also, I gotta go have dinner now, so I will continue tomorrow, I think. I'm back. Since I relogged, my ReShade actually works again, so I think I'm just going to leave it on. Unless it makes the game really laggy, then I might just turn it off. So I'm now going to read some responses on the question, what quest slash questline were you afraid to do? First up, the person who also asked the question. I'll go first. You know the family in New Hillcrest with the father and the family that looks like Frankenstein? I put that questline on hold for a year just because he chased you out of the bunker for one of the quests. Yes, I definitely do understand that that can be kind of scary because it's like he is a zombie, kind of, first of all, and then he also chases you around. I completely get that. Another one. None of the quests ever scared me, but I had to work up my courage to do a champ for the first time. I have no idea why I was so intimidated. Now I love racing champs. I completely understand that because it's like a champ and then you have to race against all those other people in a race that you've never done before. I can surely imagine that that can be kind of scary. I'm actually gonna turn ReShade off because I'm getting a little pissed off at it being so laggy. Okay, another response. I was sort of spooked by the mission where you go into the hidden chamber in one of the houses in Valedale to save Justin. Very spooky. The mission where some, been so long I don't remember who, maybe Katja, chases you in Dino Valley. The fight in Pandoria against Mr. Onweir was kind of tense too. And yeah, the Frankenstein dab mission was really creepy as well. Someone chased you in Dino Valley? I don't remember that quest at all. I have no idea what you're talking about. Although, like, being chased in general, I so understand that that can be scary. But you know, in the end, it's just a game and nothing's gonna happen. Like, your character's not gonna die, and your horses won't be able to be taken away from you either, so. But, like, the hidden chamber, it's like kind of a dungeon, and I remember you literally had to hide behind things because druids would otherwise catch you and you would be sent back or something to the entrance. I did have a hard time with that one because it's obviously hard to kind of avoid those druids. I actually recently went back into that house for no reason, and the Justin in there is not updated. There's like a crusty old Justin in that chamber. And then the fight in Pandoria against Mr. Onweir. It's been so long since I played that one. I do remember that being very hard to like beat him, and that I probably did fail it a few times. Next question. What area do you wish had more quests centered around them? That's a nice question. Dino Valley, like I mentioned before, is crusty. So first of all, it deserves an update, but it also deserves more quests because it barely has anything. I mean, it used to have the cultures, obviously. Now that that's gone, there's like Nick Stoneground's camp, like the huge reputation thing, and then the archaeology, but that's kind of it. There's only like reputation things and no real quests where you get to experience a lot of things and just a whole storyline, you know? I would love to be more quests there. And also Dunville and Mistfall. I barely go there. Barely. Epona. I also don't go there very often. Epona's fun. Ooh, my horse is level 15. I did not expect for that to go so fast. So, next horse. I am now going to train James. I'm gonna change my outfit to match James's outfit. It's like kind of a bad outfit, but we're not gonna look at it. Let's go over to Mario's. I actually really like that race. It's one of my favorites. What's a quest you'll most likely never finish? None. I have finished all of the quests. I've done all the reputation. I've also found all the stars and done all the token photo things. I've done everything. I also have all the achievements. I also have the rune runner. So yeah, no, there aren't any quests I will never finish. Oh, this one person says, archaeology in Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur just seems like an impossible quest. It's been years since I started, and to this day I haven't gotten around to finishing it. But I did finish the Epona archaeology in like a week, LMAO. That's so true. The Epona archaeology is so much easier. For other people who actually need to get either one of the two or both of the archaeologies done, I really recommend watching Ursula's Revenge videos on it. They have some great guides to how to do it. That's kind of how I finished it. So yeah, I really recommend watching those videos for it. Farah! I ignore her on every account and pretend she doesn't exist. I also kind of forgot about that. I have finished it too, but it also took me a while. The thing that did help me get through that is when you unlock the deliveries, you'll actually also be able to get a lot more money for it, and that's kind of motivated me. But I do understand that, yes. Next question. What's one wholesome or positive moment that you experienced in-game? There's not really anything popping up in my head right now, but there probably are some good stories out here, so let's take a look. This is a long one. I just recently unlocked Epona after spending most of my game time training / daily farming, and was waiting for the Hillcrest Championship to start so I could turn in the championship showdown daily. It was my first time participating in that race, so I expected to not be good at first, since it was early morning in my time zone. Not a whole lot of players were in that area except two who also joined in the competition. They were higher levels than I was, so safe to say they easily go ahead of me when I was struggling navigating the paths. I was able to finish the race within its last time limit, expecting to take third place, but one of the competitors actually hadn't crossed yet themselves, so I ended up getting second place instead. I don't know if that was intentional or not on their end, but I thought that was very kind and generous. They could have easily finished already and not waited up. The fact they decided otherwise helped restore some of my faith in the community. That sounds really nice, and I really hope it was intentional. It does sound that way. I'm just going to do these two dailies very quickly. My wholesome moment was I logged on and doing random quests when a random player started to follow me around. At first I ignored them and did my own thing, but they sent me a private message and it turned out to be a very young kid who had gotten lost. They had been asking for help in main chat, which I usually never open so I didn't see, and nobody had helped, so they were attempting to follow players to try and get back to a town or at least a truck. I said I'd help them since I'd gotten lost in this area as well when I was new. This was one of the forests, I don't remember which, just that it had enough trees and hills that if you didn't keep checking the map you could easily get yourself stuck, lol. So I slowly cantered back to the nearest town and asked them if it helped. They immediately thanked me, then shyly asked if I could help them with some quest and a race with them. We spent a couple of hours doing that until I had to log off. The kid was upset I had to leave, but friended me and told me that I was their first friend on SSO. I haven't been online in a while, but last I remember that kid had been accepted to a nice club and rode around with lots of new friends, and it makes me happy that they ended up having a good time even though they got lost, lol. Integral experience of this kind of game, I think, though lol the map is so big. That's so wholesome, and that you kind of stuck around helping them for a few hours, that's a lot of time. Another response to this question, you know, one of the quiz trails in the 10th birthday 3 years ago gave me a majestic glittery balloon pad as a reward, while I was sadly a low level and I couldn't do it yet. I had started playing just before the 10th birthday. I was so miserable for months about that one balloon. Silly, I know, right? However, one day in May 2022, I randomly clicked on the theater shop in Jarlheim and it was there. That balloon I wanted for months was there. I was so over the moon happy that I had got it. Shortly after they removed all the birthday stuff from that shop, so luckily I caught it before it left. But lol, now all the birthday stuff is moved to the global store. That does sound nice though. I remember that balloon. I really like that balloon. Because it was like purple and pink kind of a little bit, and it had glitter on it. Yeah, that's a great balloon. I've been running night races because there's barely anybody online and you can stack up champion points with easy wins. But there were these two girls and asked if I wanted to race them on foot. I'm like, what? Sure, they just want to get me off my horse and have a good head start, just the two of them. But I agreed anyway. Turns out they were serious, so we ran the next 3 champs on foot. It was hilarious. Over the time, I met 2 other players in Ashland. I got so spooked, that was the only time I met other people there. Turns out I've scared them too. They also thought they were alone. That's so funny. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else in Ashland, except for the one time I went live and went to Ashland, and I took someone else with me. And the champ running is so fun. I've actually once tried with some races, not champs, just races, to run them on foot, and it's kind of hilarious, but it also takes a lot of time. And it's kind of disappointing when you've been running for like the entire race, and then in the end, there's one jump that you cannot get over on foot, not in any way, and then you failed it because of that one jump, and otherwise you could have made it. Next one. In my first day of playing, I used to randomly add friends to my friend list, but never write with them. I was like 7, I wasn't even able to really write. Someday, I don't know, I got in touch with a nice player I randomly added. She was definitely older because she was able to speak English. We needed to write the numbers on English back then. And I'm pretty sure that she knew that I was young. We met up regularly for a long time and just climbed around, did races, bought horses and everything. She also invited me in her club knowing that I can't make it to the meetings because they were too late for me. Sadly, we didn't talk to each other for like 9 years because our server was overfilled and random people were sent to other servers and friends disappeared from the friend list. We mailed 2 or 3 times and then she probably stopped playing. She mentioned that she wasn't happy about the situation. For the next 4 years, I didn't talk to anyone in game, just made my own thing. Then I was in 2 clubs. One changed the server and I didn't. Mine was full again, and the other got inactive a few months after I joined. So I was again alone 3 years. I really liked it, but I wanted a friendship like I had in the early days. So I joined a big club, big mistake because of the club leader, but I found someone to be friends with. She also changed servers, but we were still in contact over other platforms. But I am still trying to find my friend from back then. It wouldn't be the same anyway, we both grew up, but I want a better ending for that. That's kind of bittersweet though. But it does sound wholesome that you just were able to make a friendship like that, regardless of the age difference. It sounds very nice indeed. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you had a good time and enjoyed the video. It was very chaotic and it went everywhere, but I hope you enjoyed it and I hope I'll see you again in another video. Also, I've been kind of trying to figure out at least what I want to do with my channel and what kind of videos I want to do. I really like doing RRP videos, but they take a long time and a lot of effort, obviously, and I would like to try some different things. So yeah, let me know what kind of things you guys would like to see and also ideas for things that I might find fun to do. I'll just kind of be exploring what I want to do and what I can do, but definitely give me feedback and ideas. That would be great. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video. I hope to see you again soon. Bye people!